Welcome to the Preparing for Pregnancy After Loss podcast. My name is Natalie Facey. I am your host. And for those of you who are new to my podcast, or for those of you who are new to me, I am an angel mom. I am a coach. I am a birth doula. And I'm also the founder of a platform called Coaching for Birth Warriors. And Coaching for Birth Warriors are those who have gone through some challenge on the pregnancy or birthing journey. So that might be a pregnancy loss, an infant loss. It might be an infertility diagnosis, which in itself is a form of loss. Or it might also be a really traumatic prior birthing experience that has left the birthing person feeling deeply wounded and afraid of giving birth again. The work that I do as a coach in the form of emotional healing is to support birth warriors on their journey wherever they are. If you're listening to this, then I assume that you're a birth warrior. I assume that despite going through the painful experience of a loss or an infertility diagnosis or a traumatic prior pregnancy or birth, you've decided not to be broken by it. You've decided that you are wanting to reclaim your life and you're wanting to reclaim your joy. And my work is to support you in that. I offer coaching and emotional healing support. I offer guidance in navigating what life and pregnancy looks like after loss or an infertility diagnosis. And I am a listening ear. Yeah, I'm really here to be a guide and a form of support. In today's episode, I won't be teaching anything. I won't be sharing any insights. I will be chatting it up with one of the members of our community, Mary Porter-Chorley, who is amazing. And I'm so glad that we had this opportunity to connect. If you are a part of the birthwork community or a part of the pregnancy and loss community on Instagram, you might know Mary as the Charlie Edit on Instagram. And today we got to learn more about her healing experience, more about her family and her life, more about what gives her joy. So without further ado, here is my interview with Mary.
So I'm going to pass it to you, Mary, and have you introduce yourself. Just tell us whatever you'd like to tell us about who you are.
Brilliant. Thank you, Natalie. Hi, Natalie, too. So hello, everybody. My name's Mary. I'm from the UK. Give you a bit of a background about me. I'm part from the Philippines and part Scottish. Very weird combination, but I do absolutely love my roots. I'm 32 years old. I'm a mum of 2 boys. It might not be necessarily the way everyone sees it, but this is my kind of motherhood. So I'm a mum to a little boy called Joseph who lives in the stars and skies. And I'm also a mum to a baby kitten called Gizmo. And I'm a proud mum of 2 boys. I work in the utility industry. I love blogging. I love cooking. I'm very house proud. I love to decorate my home where I can. And yeah, I just love enjoying the simple things in life.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for that intro. And I must say that I've always loved the beautiful things that you post on Instagram.
Well, thank you.
Images from your house and what you're working on and Gizmo. It's just always inspiring to see those things throughout the day.
Thank you. I think for me, and with my blog especially, because a lot of the people I follow and who follow me are baby loss parents. I want them to know that it's okay to, even though we're leaving. To me, I don't imagine Joseph as being left behind.
Yeah.
I imagine Joseph as the person who carries me going forward, and I want them to know that moving forward, it's okay. But I know it's also okay to not be okay, but know that, things will get better at your own pace and in your own time.
From the different people who read your blogs, have they sent a message to you to let you know that something you shared was helpful for them?
Yeah, I've had a few just say to me, I need, some of the post that I put to say, oh, I needed this today. Thank you very much. I admire your strength. I admire the fact that you just want to keep moving forward. People say your blog really helps us get through what we're going through, and that really touches my heart. And then I've had the odd parents message me privately to say, because I've donated memory boxes for Joseph under his name to a nationwide charity, even here in England, called the For Louis. And I've had parents weirdly enough find my blog and say, look, we came across your blog and we just want to say thank you for donating Joseph's memory box. We now feel we're not alone. And that's really nice, actually.
That's so beautiful. I had no idea that you did that. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, so myself and my mother-in-law, we set a fundraising page last year for our birthdays, just to say, we don't want anything else. We would like to raise funds for Louis charity, which is a baby loss charity, because we feel that the boxes that they gave us has really helped us move forward too, and for them to allow us to go to their warehouse, as we would call it here, to pack the boxes ourselves in his name makes us so proud that we can, if they can make a difference, we can make a difference, and we just want to help others that needs it the most.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Oh, I said you just started a charity, so tell us about that.
Okay, so I met a lovely person on Instagram. We become really good friends, and one day we just decided, we come up with the idea of wanting how men and non-birthing partners don't necessarily get the support that they need, because a lot of the time midwives and doctors will focus more on the mom, and not take the partner, the husband, and the family members into consideration. So we thought we'd start this little charity just to make a small difference and put a smile in people's faces to say that they're not alone, and that the mom's just not going to be taught about the partners are going to be talked about, the dads are going to be taught about, the rest of the family will be taught of. And it's called Love from O. So we came up with the name of Love from O based on the boys' names. My friend who I set this up with, her little boy's name's got an O on his name, and so is Joseph. And we were saying earlier, so we've been sorting a few things today, and one of the things we're sorting out is that how Love from O brought us together. We created it beginning of Feb of this year. We want to incorporate our little boys into the charity, as they're the reason for everything. They're the reason for everything that we do, not just for the charity, but in our own lives. The boys have really inspired us to just help others who've gone through a loss, and this is our way of keeping the memory alive, being parents to them.
I love that. I love that so much. That's so beautiful.
Okay, so right now we're currently funds for care packages to send to those who needs it the most, and then as we carry on with the progress of it, go to the hospitals as well to send some to them. So should they need to give it out straight away, it's there for them. And not only that, we're raising awareness on baby loss. So we're asking donations for books from all the baby loss authors we know here in England and in UK as a whole, just to let hospitals know, in case people ask what's going on and they need help with their grief with their baby loss, these could be the books that you could refer them to read.
Wow, that's so good, Mary.
Thank you. It's not just me. There's two of us.
Can we call the other person's name? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Her name's Shannen. She's very nice.
Yes, amazing. So as we're recording this, we're still in the month of February, which is the month of love. So we're still celebrating love. I would love to hear the story of how you and Adam met.
Okay, so Adam and I have been together almost 15 years this August. We met on the 23rd of August 2006. And the only reason why I know that is because that's the day I married him. So we got married almost 2 years ago on that date. Yeah, so we met that long ago now. I will say at the beginning now, my relationship's not perfect. There's no such, to me, in my own eyes, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. We argue, we wind up each other, we love each other, but there's no such thing as perfect relationship. So in that 15 years, I remember, especially at the early stage, because we were only 16, 17 when we met. We were on and off, and there were things that we wanted to do together. But I look back now, I'm glad that we've been able to do those things, just because it made us become the people that we are today. And as years evolved, we just grew stronger together and made adventures for each other.
And I've loved seeing your photos. Like some field somewhere. It just looks really beautiful, really picturesque.
Lavender Fields, yeah.
Yes.
So in England, there's this beautiful place called the Cotswolds. Oh my word, it's just so amazing. You just feel like in Victorian times, but you just like it's just surrounded by little villages, and you go through big fields, and they have this area called the Lavender Fields where you pay like a certain amount to go and have a picnic, or just have a wander around the fields. And it's just so peaceful, and I have never smelled so much lavenders in one day. But it's so beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if I remember rightly, there was an area for sunflowers as well there.
Amazing.
It's great.
This makes me want to be in England.
You should come over.
Yes. So obviously Gizmo is the second of your boys.
Oh yes, my little Gizmo. He's growing quick. He's 6 months now. So when Joseph died, so just to give people a background, Joseph was born on the 1st of August 2020. Unfortunately, medical negligence did play a part with what's happened to Joseph and I. I eventually then found out I had a placenta abruption because the hospital made major mistakes. What's happened? They weren't able to save Joseph's life after 30 minutes. It's something I'll come to terms with, but I had a void in my life where 1 minute it was Joseph and I together, whilst his daddy's at work, and all of a sudden it's me again. So my mother-in-law and my father-in-law gifted me Gizmo. They said that they feel that for now, having a kitten will help you fill that void that's missing in your life. And he really has. Yeah. He's officially 6 months old 4 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's brought nothing but joy in our lives.
Yeah.
He really has. Like, our house doesn't feel dull anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel empty.
Yeah.
Like, there's always an excitement here. And for those who have cats, and I'm sure they can relate to this, it is chaotic, but in a good way. Like, he keeps us on our toes, and I love him for that. Like, and I love the fact that so when my anxiety kicks in and I'm having a cry, he's only a kitten, but he does sense it. He comes to me and just sits on my lap, and just lets me have a good cry, bless him.
Yeah. And you can pet him, and I'm sure that feels just so comforting to be able to pet something nice and smooth.
Yeah. And he loves cuddles, weirdly, for a cat. But I have to admit, his breeders have done a great job raising him from when he was born with his brothers and sisters. I don't know how they call it in the cat world, unfortunately. So I'll just call them brothers and sisters. So yeah, they've done a great job raising from there up to the time he was coming home to us. Mm-hmm. Well, I say coming home to us, I didn't know, because he was surprised. My in-laws just came to our house with all this kitten stuff. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? And next thing I know, there's a kitten in the house. I was like, oh my God. Absolutely adorable. I can't imagine life without him now. And I'm not gonna lie, there's days where I wish, oh, how cool would it be to have Joseph on one arm and then Gizmo on the other. But I know Gizmo's watching over us Josie's watching over us.
Yes, indeed. What is something that's currently giving you joy? In addition to Gizmo, of course.
Oh gosh, my home.
Ooh.
My home. So for those who don't know, in America, there's this beautiful blogger called Elle Wright here in the UK. She's a baby lost parent herself. Mm. She lost 5 children in the end. Her firstborn, Teddy, she wrote a book about him called Ask Me His Name. It's one of the books that I read at my early stage of my grief to help me process it, and I found that it really helped. Teddy died 3 days old after he was born full term due to a genetic issue. And then she gone through secondary infertility, and then she went through 4 losses, which includes a set of twins. Wow. And then last year she's had a rainbow baby last year, and I'm so happy for her. But the way she dealt with her grief is by keeping her hands busy, by redecorating her home, and making sure her emptiness doesn't feel empty. And that's what I've been doing as well. And I found that that's helped me. So I've been, the way she's done it is different to how I've done it, because she's changed the kitchen, she's done a kitchen extension, she's changed the living room, she's done a bathroom. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to do that, but I've been able to do it in my own way, and I'm quite happy with the way my house is. So I've done in my full-length mirror, I've done a crafting session on that by decorating flowers around it. So I bought a artificial flower hoop, stripped the flowers and decorated it around my mirror. Crazy as it sounds, I bought a polka dot kettle and toaster today from Emma Bridgewater. It's a British brand. It's absolutely amazing. Much to my husband's delight. So things like that. So just making sure because we had a new kitchen last year, I just wanted it to feel more homely, to feel like I'm in a cottage. Buying new things like toaster, kettle, replacing things that needed to be replaced, that should have been replaced a long time ago, so do you call it sofa in America?
You do, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, like things like changing the sofa, just a full-blown redecorating, really, because I find that's what's keeping me busy. I've done a bit of painting in the second bedroom, changed the bed sheets, because we've had them for so long, so I've gone to the shops to buy new bed sheets. I've set up my current office area crafting station in my house right now where I'm sitting here. And I find the more I keep my hands busy, because this hand should be looking after baby right now, not just a kitten, a baby. So I should be looking after both, and as well as the household, and looking after us as a whole here as a family. But because my hands doesn't have that opportunity to change a diaper, to change an outfit, to rock up the stroller in the streets, to keep my anxious mind at bay, keeping it busy by redecorating my home helps and sprucing up my nest.
Yeah, and I love that you said it that way, because I don't think everyone sees it that way, that, after giving birth, your body is giving you signals that, next you should be caring for baby, and you don't get to do that. So I love that you framed it that way.
Oh, thank you. And I think for me, the realization for me that I know that I'm never going to care for Joseph is because I think it was about 11 hours after I gave birth to Joseph, my senior midwife told me that you need to take these tablets, because you can't leave the hospital basically without taking this, or else you're going to end up with the pregnancy hormones without a baby, and then your milk might start coming. So that, to me, that's a realization on its own, that actually these hands will never get to have a baby.
Yeah.
So I suppose, to me, that's the only way I can look at it. And I'm very thankful for this person, for the way she wrote her book, the way she wrote Keep Moving Forward, Never On. If you're having a bad day, walk away from social media, or walk away from what it is you're doing, and to know that you will be happy again.
I might have to start a recommended book list, and I'll definitely connect with you to hear of what are the great books that have been helpful in your journey, and from others in the birthwork community, so that, for people who are brand new on the journey, they already have a list of resources that they can go to.
I totally agree. No, that's great. Just let us know. There's a few that I've read that I found that's helped. And there's some dedicated for children as well, who have had, let's say, siblings who have lost their baby brother or sister. There's some dedicated for them as well, which I thought was quite nice. Because for me, as a baby lost parent, I'm glad that I've got a book that I can get my hands on for my future children, to explain why the big brother's not here. And he's actually explained in a way that they can understand. And I'm thankful for those writers too.
What would you say? Well, 2 questions. And the first one is, what are some things that for you that people don't understand about loss and don't understand about the healing process. So for someone who's never had that experience, what's something you'd want them to know to help them to support someone who is going through loss?
Think for me, just because I've had a lot of home truths. I mean, I'm in this. I'm coming up to 7 months on the 1st of March on this journey that I'm in. I've learned that if you're not a baby loss parent yourself, and your children, are in your lives, please understand that you don't need to be uncomfortable about it. You don't need to be uncomfortable about that person's situation. Understand that their babies are still their babies.
Yeah.
Just because they died and they live however way that lost parents see. I see Joseph as my star in the sky, and he lives up there. Just because he's there doesn't mean I can't be a mom. Doesn't mean my husband can't be a dad. And just to understand the fact that don't be awkward around it too. And just, even if that person was to say, I'm always here for you, even if you're just there to listen, I can guarantee you now, most baby loss parents would agree, would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Even if you're just there to listen, to give them a lending ear. Because sometimes a baby loss parent, I can't talk for others, but from my experience, sometimes I just want a break from my grief.
Yeah.
I want normality. I want to be able to just laugh over something like a silly TikTok video, just things like that, because it gives you that break. So just have that understanding of you're not going to hurt their feelings. And I get the fact that some people can be scared of what you're saying, but don't ever feel scared at all.
Yeah.
Because if you did say something wrong, I'm sure that baby lost parent who's going through it will tell you anyway that you've said something wrong.
And for someone who's new on their journey, new on their healing journey, and they're obviously going through the thick of it, the deepest depths of it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
What advice would you offer to them?
Please know that you're not alone. If you need help, seek out straight away. Don't hold it in together. There is a massive baby loss community out there, on social media. Reach out to those parents. And most of all, whatever happens, you're always going to be a parent. Like, you're not, you won't be, just because your child's not here doesn't mean that's it. You're always a parent.
Final question, I think. How does being the birth warrior show up in your life?
I will not define my loss as me. I will not define to the society that I'm Mary whose child has died. I will go out to that society as Mary who has a good heart, because I personally feel I have, who enjoys life again in her own ways, who's a mom that can do anything, and someone that can overcome difficult situations and come out strong at the end of it.
Those are all of my questions. Are there any parting words that you want to leave with this strong community of baby loss parents and birth warriors that we're a part of?
Just don't be shy. Don't be shy to ask for help, because I know there may be some others there who may feel like they can't talk to anyone. I have to admit, I have been very blessed. We have a close-knit family. We gathered together as a family to overcome the loss of Joseph, and we're still doing that now.
Yeah.
But I know not everyone experiences that. So if you feel like you can't talk to your family, if you feel like you can't talk to your friends, just reach out. Don't be shy.
Thank you, Mary. It's been a pleasure catching up with you.
You too. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. It's really kind.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for tuning in to today's conversation with Mary. It was just a delightful experience getting to know her more. If you're not already a part of the Facebook community, then definitely come on over. We are the Birth Warrior community on Facebook. Inside of the community, of course, there are other birth warriors like Mary who you're able to connect to, learn more about their stories, learn more about their journeys. And in addition to that, you're also able to get resources for your own journey. So whether or not you're focused on your healing, or you are planning to conceive again, if you're pregnant right now and want support while you're pregnant, That is why the Birth Warrior community exists. If you feel as though you'd like some extra special care, if you feel as though you might benefit from some one-to-one support, then you can also reach out to me. My website is nataliefacey.com, and there's a contact page on my website, nataliefacey.com/contact. And on that page, you will have a link to my calendar. You can book a call this week if there are any slots open for this week or next week. In that call, you can share what's been going on with you. You can share the challenges you've been having, and I will provide strategies as to how to work through those challenges. So whether you are focused on healing things in your body that you'd like to heal and release, if you're pregnant right now and you're experiencing a lot of fears or anxiety during your pregnancy, I can support you through that as well. Or if you've been having trouble becoming pregnant, if you feel as though there are some emotional wounds or there's some emotional blockage in your body that has been preventing you from becoming pregnant, then you might be right, and I can support you in healing those emotional wounds and releasing whatever trauma you might still be holding in your body. So don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to get the support that you need. I am at nataliefacey.com/contact, or send me an email at hello@nataliefacey.com. All right, Birth Warrior, wishing you a wonderful rest of week, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.